Hello guys, and I don't think I turned the mic all the way up. There we go. Hello guys, and welcome to this subscriber update for January 2nd, 2019. This is the first subscriber update for the new year, and we are using all, well, not all new equipment, but this is sort of a new method of recording live streams. So I used to use a live action camera, just connected through USB 3.0 to my ThinkPad W541. Now I have a StarTech capture card, and I am pulling footage directly off my Nikon D5300, so it should be a lot more clear. However, we might run into some technical difficulties during this video. I already ran a test, but I only ran footage for probably about a minute at most, and this subscriber update is probably going to be a lot longer than that. So hey, if the footage just cuts and goes black, you know what happened. We had a technical difficulty with either the D5300 or the capture card, or both. And let me make sure everything's going all right in the super chat. Hello guys. Oh, audio desync. Really? I tested it earlier and the audio was actually perfect, so that's a little bit disappointing. Yeah, if you guys continue to notice audio issues, please, type away in the top chat. So the first thing I want to talk about is the studio renovation. As you guys can see, it looks like we are in a completely different studio right now. It looks like I moved, I bought a house, I dedicated a room completely to the studio, and I just pimped it out, right? Well, that's not really the case. Basically what I did is I bought these MDF wood panels, I put them up in the old studio area, I added some new wall art, and a couple other props in the background to make things look nice, along with new lighting up here, as you guys can clearly see. And it's a much more rustic feel now, and it actually looks a lot better on camera, especially with that warm light in the background. I think it looks really, really, really good now. And I will roll a quick time lapse of that later on in the video when I kind of need a break. So you will get to see the time lapse. That video was up. I published it last weekend if you guys want to check out the whole renovation video. Yeah, but as you guys can see, it is looking good. I am really loving the way it turned out. Alright. So plans for 2019. I got my little notepad right here to remind me of what I'm doing, because sometimes I tend to get off track in these videos and just go on a complete tangent. So I don't want to do that during this video. And actually, I already skipped over something. So during this video, I'm going to be doing a live giveaway. So I have this Orico drive enclosure right here. This can hold two 3.5-inch SATA hard drives, and it looks really, really nice. I'm going to roll some B-roll of it right now. So Orico sent this over like last year, and I did a review, and it's just been sitting in my closet ever since. I've had absolutely no use for it. So I think it would be better to just give it to one of you guys, my subscribers, my awesome community standing behind this channel. And the link to the giveaway form is actually in the description of this live stream. So if you want to go ahead and enter, there is a Google Doc. You must be a resident of the immediate 48 US states, and you must be over 18 to enter. And if you're not over 18, you do need the consent of your guardian to enter this giveaway. So I will announce the winner of this at the end of this video, after the Q&A. So, plans for 2019. Plans for 2019. So, this year I've done a lot of reviews. And while the reviews are good for us as far as making money is concerned, because with reviews, a company sends over a product. I don't do paid product reviews, mind you. That is something I am completely against. What they do is they send us the product for free. I give you my honest opinion about the product, and we basically get all of the ad revenue. There was no ad revenue that actually went into the video. That's basically all profit from the reviews. As opposed to something like an experiment where I need to go out and buy all the supplies, buy, system components, take times to plan the experiment out. So an experiment video is a lot more consuming financially, and a lot more time consuming as well. So what I want to do this year is I want to move away from the reviews, because honestly, I hate reviews. Reviews are boring for me to do. And a lot of the products that we get are really, really repetitive. Like reviewing like 15 different mini PCs is not my idea of fun. It's really, really boring for me and for you guys. So this, actually, towards the end of this year, I started to get a little bit of help from my subscribers. So during the docking station video, I got a bunch of emails from my subscribers wanting to just send the Advanced Stock 2503 over because the one that we bought from PC Liquidations was dead on, actually it wasn't dead on arrival. They sent us the wrong one. So my community came out and helped me, and one of my subscribers sent me over a working dock, and I was able to do that video at no cost to me. So that was awesome. And I'm also partnering with PC Server and Parts now to get some free PC components for projects. Now, I don't take sponsors. That is something I will not do on this channel. I do not take paid sponsors. However, if companies want to send us over equipment for projects, I'm completely open to that. You know, and I really do appreciate PC Server and Parts helping us out by sending us over components. They sent over the server. Actually, I'll go ahead and pull it out. And by pull it out, I mean haul it up here. So this is a 1U rack mount server that PC Server and Parts sent over for an upcoming project. And once again, guys, I'm not going to leak what that project is. I already did a preview on this thing. There's a preview video up, so if you want to check out this server in more detail, that video is on my channel. But they sent this over for an upcoming project. They also sent over components for the 2503U docking station videos. Oh, wow, that did not look good on camera. I completely missed that. Yep, I'm a klutz. And I'm hoping that we can continue to collaborate with them in the future because it's been really helpful to have a resource to go to get these older PC components for experiments. I'm just reading through the top chat real quick to make sure nothing's doing all right. No, we do not ship to Europe. Sorry, I have to limit it to the immediate 48 U.S. states because shipping internationally is just a nightmare. It's too expensive. You know, the shipping cost for this is coming out of my pocket. So I have to limit it to the immediate 48 U.S. states. I mean, I do appreciate all of the international supporters out there, not just the supporters in the U.S., but financially, it's really not feasible to ship this out that far. All right, where am I now? In the guide I made for myself. Okay, so I do want to shout out real quick to our patrons on Patreon. They have been a massive help this year. I've gotten a lot of Patreon support, and they've enabled me to buy things like new equipment. I actually have a Rode microphone on top of the camera right now that I was able to buy with the Patreon funds. The capture card that I'm using right now, paid for by the patrons over at Patreon. This renovation, a majority of this renovation was paid for by you guys. So I really do appreciate all of my Patreon supporters, and not just my Patreon supporters, I mean all my supporters in general. But when it comes to buying new equipment for the channel, the Patreon supporters are really, really helping me out. So if you want to check out the Patreon, I'm A Computers and Technology on Patreon. You can go look us up. I would have put the link in this video subscription, but I forgot, so I'll do that at the end of this live stream. But once again, thank you so much to our patrons over at patreon.com. All right, people are asking me questions already. Save the questions for the Q&A. The Q&A is coming up in like 5 minutes. Let me just get through this list I have right here, and then we'll do the Q&A, and then after that we'll do the giveaway. So, creative marketing. Creative marketing, aka clickbait. So, if you guys haven't noticed, I try not to do clickbait because I really don't like that. I don't like clickbaity videos, you know, it makes me cringe. But this year, I'm going to have to find a way to get more creative with marketing. Because there's a lot of tech channels popping up now that are doing the exact same thing that I am. So I got some more competition this year. And there's tech channels that started after I started that do the exact same thing I do, that are able to pull a lot more views because they utilize clickbait. And, I mean, is it really clickbait? Or is it just creative marketing? I mean, that's something that I've bounced around a lot personally. That's like a personal battle. You know, is it creative marketing or is it clickbait? Like, what's the difference there? So, I am going to get more creative with the titles of the videos, the contents of the videos, and the thumbnails. I think the thumbnails are a big one too this year in order to increase our views, because I'll do these experiments, and while, you know, the content is really cool, for example, I'll pull an example up right now. So we did a modern gaming on a laptop from 2006. That was the T60 with a GTX 1060. So we're using a GTX 1060 with a laptop from 2006 through the 2503 advanced dock, and I'll open up the screen capture so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So that was this video right here. So the title, I think, is pretty accurate because that's exactly what I did. I mean, I did gaming on the advanced dock. I ran some benchmarks too on that IBM/Lenovo T60. But, I mean, really, it's not pulling as many views as I would have liked. I mean, yeah, if you're not really, you know, if you have a smaller channel, 11,000 views sounds great. But, I mean, I've been doing YouTube for 5 years now. This channel's been around for over 5 years. And we have 40,000 subscribers. 43,000 subscribers to be exact. So we're not able to access the entire subscriber base, first off. And second off, I don't think these videos are doing as well as they could if I had marketed them a bit better. And two, like, give me a sec. Let me compose my thoughts. So something else about these videos is that for that video in particular, I had to buy a GT 1030 along with the components to get the GTX 1060 from my editing rig to work with the 2503 advanced dock. So while I did get William, one of our subscribers, sent over the advanced dock, I still had to go out and buy parts on my own. And in order for this to work, there needs to be a return on investment for these videos. So 11,688 views, for us, that's like 25 bucks. Because a lot of our audience is tech savvy, and when you have a tech savvy audience, most of them use ad block. Now, I know a lot of our audience does support us in other ways by using the eBay partner links, the Amazon affiliate links, the Patreon, so I appreciate that. Those help out a ton, but as far as bringing ad revenue from the videos, it does tend to be an issue. So I need to find a better way to market these videos so they bring in more views. So I think you're going to see me getting a lot more creative with the thumbnails. And I'm going to try to keep them so they're not exactly clickbait. They're just a little bit more creative. I don't want to go into clickbait territory. I don't want to be one of those channels. I really don't want to be one of those channels. But I will be getting more creative with the titles and the thumbnails. And I just clicked the wrong button. Now you guys can see me. Hey. I need to bring the other window up too so I can see the top chat. Oh my goodness. There we go. And also, as far as marketing is concerned, something that really helps us out a lot is you guys. So if you see a video, and I'm not saying just spam my content all over, like, you know, social media. Don't do that. That's just annoying. But if you find a video that you like, and you think it's relevant to like a subreddit or a page on a social media site like Facebook, I mean, post it. That really helps. It's not stealing our content. I've seen people post my content and they're like, sorry for stealing your content. Like, no, that helps me out. If you post my content on relevant subreddits and relevant pages on social media sites, that's driving traffic to the videos. That's helping me, not hurting me. You're not stealing anyone's content. As the content creator, I am not allowed to go for a lot of social media sites. The policy is you're not allowed to go and spam your own content all over. I think one of the big ones is Reddit. For Reddit, you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to promote your own content all over Reddit. So if you see a video and you think it's relevant to a subreddit or a page that you're on, you know, feel free to post it. I don't mind. It helps me out. Don't get spammy with it because, you know, if you've posted my videos to a page for the 30th time, people are going to get annoyed. Like, that's spam at that point. But if you're only, you know, if you're only going to do it once or twice, it does help me. All right. Give me a break, because that was a tangent. I've been talking for a long time now. I'm going to take a water break. Oh, I needed that. Okay. So I think we're pretty much on the last thing. Oh. The last thing was announced the giveaway. So, once again, I'll say it once more to give the people that have just come into the live stream a chance to enter the giveaway. I'm running a giveaway right now for this Orico drive enclosure. The link to the entry form is in the description. The giveaway is open to residents of the immediate 48 U.S. states. I don't think I said that clear enough. It is open to residents of the immediate 48 U.S. states. So if you want to enter, the giveaway link is in the description. I'm about to close it off, so go ahead and enter if you're going to enter. Usually for these giveaways, your odds are pretty good because only like 30 or so people actually take the effort to go in and enter the giveaway. So, I mean, 1 out of 30 chance to win a drive enclosure. Why not? Actually, I'll check it to see how many people have entered. So I only have 7 entries right now. I have 7 entries. So your odds are 1 out of 7 right now. I mean, if you enter, you pretty much won the drive enclosure, so go for it. That's better odds than you're ever going to have. Alright, so to give you guys more time to enter, since only 7 people have entered so far, we're going to run the Q&A right now. I need to take a break, so I'm going to run the clip of the studio upgrades, the time-lapse, so you guys can see that. And then afterwards, I will be back to answer some questions and then announce the giveaway. So have your questions ready for when I come back, and I will pull them out of the top chat. Please keep them PG-13. At least PG-13. And here we are. This is the almost complete studio, and I'm saying almost because I am missing one critical component that every single tech channel on YouTube must have in order to be considered a official tech channel. And that component is okay, so I'm refreshed now. I think I can talk for another 5 minutes here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the footage there. The camera did turn off while I was running this clip, so I'm hoping that when I switch back to the camera, nothing weird is going to happen. Okay, cool. So you guys can actually see me. So now it's time for the Q&A part of this video. And I was scrolling through the top chat while I was running that clip, and I noticed that a lot of people from foreign countries were complaining about the fact that, you know, they couldn't enter. So the thing is with that, you can enter, but you have to have some way of getting it to yourself from the US. So if you have a U.S. shipping address and you're in a different country, I mean, feel free to enter. I'm not going to disqualify you. But if you want me to ship this internationally, it's not going to happen. It's just too expensive. I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. I'm sorry, but for people complaining about the fact that I do not ship this internationally, it's just not possible. I mean, you pay for this shipping. It's crazy. All right. Ooh, Andrew Easton is coming in here with a donation. Thank you, Andrew. I do appreciate that. I forgot I had that enabled, actually. Okay. So I'm going to maximize the super chat so I can actually read these. Okay, so I'm answering questions now. If you have a question for me, drop it down in the top chat and I will try to get to it. I'm probably going to answer like 5 or 6 right now and then go to the giveaway and then end the video because it is getting very, very lengthy right now. Okay. So how is school going for you and how soon will you be done? So if you guys didn't know, I'm getting my major in computer engineering and my minor in computer science. I'm technically a senior right now. I'm on my 4th year, but I'm not going to graduate till next December because I've been working at the same time. I basically have 2 jobs right now, this and my day job as a I'm not really sure what to call myself. I'm going to say computer scientist / data scientist. I work for the government. So it's been slowing me down a little bit. I love working because it feels like I'm actually doing something meaningful as opposed to school where I'm just doing busy work like nonstop and it's just, you know, it just goes in the trash after I'm done with it basically. So I love working because I feel like I'm actually accomplishing something and learning something at the same time. All right. What other questions do we have here? How's the HP Z600 going for you? So the Z600 is excellent. That is still my main editing rig. So I originally bought that for $290 from PC Server and Parts. Actually, that's how they noticed this channel. They saw that we were driving traffic to them from that video, and they wanted to help us out with future projects. So it's a $290 12-core workstation I got from them. I threw in a pair of 2 new processors with a slightly higher clock speed, a GTX 1060, and a solid state drive, and it has been working beautifully. People said I would probably run into issues, you know, with wear and tear, but I mean, it's a computer. There's really not that many moving parts on it besides the fans, and the fans were in good condition when I got it, and they still are. So I don't know why people are so scared of buying used computers. There's really nothing to be scared of. I mean, if you're smart about it. So yeah, update on the Z600, still working perfectly. What do you render your video of in? I think you meant on. So all of our videos are rendered, well, not all of them. 95% of our videos are rendered on the Z600. The other 5% are done on my W541, which is what we're streaming off of. Alright. I'm not getting as many questions as I thought I would. This is your, if you have ever wanted to ask me, I mean, this is like one of those ask me anything things. Like, if you have a PG-13 question, feel free to ask it to me. Ask me it. Ask it? Yeah, that was a little bit weird. Feel free to ask the question. I will probably answer it. Do you still have your Lenovo T430? No, I sold that T430, I think 3 months ago. Yeah, after I upgraded to the W541, I had no need for it, so I got rid of it. Is your closet still full of Fred Flintstone beige monitors? I have one CRT monitor, and that's it right now. So I keep one CRT laying around because I'm sure I'm going to need it for a video sometime in the future, and I have like one spare LCD back there, and that's it. I don't really have need for extra monitors, so I don't keep them around because they just take up too much space. PewDiePie or T-Series? I don't know what that means. So I'll answer your question if I know what it means. I'll throw that disclaimer in there too. What's your walk-around mobile laptop? Once again, I use a ThinkPad W541 as my daily driver. And I have a video of that too on this channel if you want to check it out. Oh, something else I want to mention. I'm also thinking about doing some more Python tutorials. I did like a Python video 2 months ago, and it was really, really popular. So I might start doing Python coding tutorials as well. I installed Anaconda and a PyCharm on my computer yesterday because I was going to try to do a tutorial, but I ran out of time. So that's probably something that's definitely going to happen. Want to major in computer engineering. Am I going on the right path if I want to work for AMD or Intel and design CPUs? Yeah, so if you want to actually design hardware, computer engineering is the way to go. Now, to get to the point where you have the knowledge to actually design CPUs, that's something where you need to go for your master's or your doctorate. You're not going to learn that in your undergrad. You're going to get some basic conceptual, teaching of how a CPU works and how all the gates work. God, I kind of lost it because someone just tried to come into the room and it distracted me. But I've done 400 level like computer engineering classes, and we built a CPU, like a really, really basic CPU, using like gates, multiplexers, etc., etc. But to actually have the knowledge to work for Intel or AMD, I think you're going to have to pursue your master's. Which phone is your daily driver? I use a Honor 8 by Huawei. And I'm probably going to get rid of this soon because the power button broke on it. So I am in need of a new phone. To get around that, I just turned on the fingerprint sensor so I can unlock it with my fingerprint now. So I don't really need the power button. And then I have a screen lock button on the home screen. But this phone is getting pretty old. I've had this for 2 years now, I think, up to this point. All right, what do you do? Oh my gosh, there's a lot of question marks in this one. What do you do after you upgrade or fix the issue in laptop? Do you sell on eBay or offer up? And that was verbatim. So what do I do after I fix the laptops? I guess you're talking about all the upgrades that I do. So most of the time, okay, probably half the time I sell them on eBay, and the other half I just give them away to people because it's not really worth my time to sell them on eBay. I used to sell a lot of computers on eBay. Like I would go to auctions, buy computers, and resell them to try to flip a profit or make a profit. So I would flip desktops, I would flip laptops, and the issue with that is the shipping. Like shipping for desktops is insane. Like I could sell a desktop for $5, but then the shipping would be like $35 just to go to the next state. So I stopped doing that because it was getting hard to make a profit. Because shipping costs were just getting way too high. But yeah, most of the time, I'll give them to someone, and if no one wants it, I'll sell it on eBay. What's the name of your eBay store? I don't like to promote my eBay store on my channel, so I don't give that out. Oh my gosh. Okay, I will answer the Discord server question because I've seen it like 6 times already, and I've been meaning to answer it. I'm sorry. No, I do not have a Discord server, and I don't plan on setting up a Discord server. I got enough to manage already. I don't want something else on my plate. All right. I'm scrolling. I missed a lot of questions. I'm going through them right now, so give me a sec. Are you half Asian? Yes, I am half Korean. Do you plan to do more server videos? Yes, I do. I have 2 server videos planned, actually. So one involving the one that PC Server and Parts sent over that I just hauled over my shoulder like 5 minutes ago. And another one with a dual Pentium 3 machine that I have in the back. So 2 more server videos coming up. What if a fan sets one up for you? I mean, I'm not going to use it, to be honest. I don't really use that stuff that much. If you want to interact with me, like personally, you can reach me via email or on Facebook, on the A Computer Science Technology Facebook page. But besides that, I generally don't do any other social media just because it's a lot to deal with. Okay. If you were stranded in a third world country, which OS would you use and why? So I'm guessing you mean which Linux distro I would use, because if I was in a third world country, I'm guessing I might not be able to afford Windows. Am I safe to assume that? I'm not really sure. I mean, I guess I could pirate Windows, but I don't believe in doing that. I do buy legitimate versions of Windows when I install Windows on computers. But if you're asking which Linux distro is my preferred Linux distro, I love Elementary OS. And I know some people are going to bash me for that because they're like, oh, that's like Linux for 5-year-olds. But I really like the way it's set up. I like the way it looks. It looks really nice. I like using it. Everything's smooth. Like, I rarely ever see any bugs on Elementary OS. So yeah, I love the Elementary OS project. All right, I think that concludes it for the questions. Oh, are you gonna keep to Azul Byte 3 since you have the new server? I am not. Okay, guys, I'm not gonna use this big thing as the web server. Honestly, I think that's a waste of power. So I'm gonna keep the Azul Byte 3 as the web server for the archive site. This is gonna be used for a project. The server that PC server and parts sent over is going to be used for a project for clarification. Someone's complaining about white bounce, I guess? It doesn't look that bad. I'm looking at it right now. It looks fine. Ever think about making pro logic vids? I'm not sure what you mean by that. You're going to have to clarify. Do you think the GT 1030 is a good to game on a 6-year-old desktop like HP 6000's Dell Optiplex? So I think those are what, like first gen i-series machines, so like i5, i7. I mean, the GT 1030 is a decent card. If you're gonna get the 1030 for gaming, I would recommend just go ahead and jumping for something like a 1050 or 1050 Ti instead. You know, you're only paying like $40 more. In that case, the 1030 I think on average is like $70. The GTX 1050 Ti is $140 maybe. I haven't looked at the prices in a while, but I think that's about where they are. So I would recommend going with a 1050 or 1050 Ti instead. Oh, programming logic. So do you just mean programming tutorials? So I did C++ coding tutorials in the past, and they weren't really popular with my subscriber base. So I stopped doing them, just because it was a waste of time for me. That's why I'm considering doing Python instead, because I think Python is a little bit more popular than C++, and it should pull some more views and hopefully bring some more subscribers in. So I am planning to do Python tutorials in the future. Are you still using your solar panels? Yes, both panels are still outside in the back, chugging along just fine. I did have to replace a battery at the beginning of this year, but besides that, I'm still using the solar panel setup I did like 2 years ago at this point. Are you still going to expand your renewable energy setup? Yeah, I do plan to. I don't have the funding allocated for that yet. I haven't even started allocating the funding for that, but that is something I want to do. So yes, I do plan on expanding it in the future. That's going to take a little bit of work because I need to move the panels to a different place. The current position I have them in right now is not good because during the winter, the house actually blocks the sunlight from getting to them. During the summer, it's fine. But during the winter months, like it barely gets any power. So I actually have all the stuff that I would usually have hooked up to the solar setup plugged into the wall outlet right now. You look like a more sophisticated Rice Gum. Oh, Rice Gum's a YouTube channel. Yes, that rings a bell. I think I've seen maybe one of his videos. Yeah, when you said, I was like, what is Rice Gum? Is that a food? Rice, I think is. Okay, I'm not gonna go there. Are you going to do more videos on the W541? I do need to upgrade the W541, so I might do one more video on it. I need to install a new battery and add another 8 GB of RAM, so maybe. Okay. So it looks like... Oh, okay, so this last question is in relation to the white bounce question. It wasn't even a question, it was just someone commented white bounce. So are you thinking of buying more whitish LED strips slash lights to get rid of that too yellowish tone? I don't think it's too yellowish. I like this. It's nice. It's a nice warm tone. I really like the way it looks. So I have these studio lights sitting right next to me, but I'm not using them. Before the renovation, I had white lighting up on the ceiling that I used for videos. And I really hated the way it looked. Like, I was watching the videos back and I was like, this just looks too cold. I really don't like the way the color's coming out. So personally, I like the yellow tint. I mean, I think it looks good. I think it looks professional. But I guess some people are thinking otherwise. Ever think of doing Linus Tech Tip like videos? I'm not really sure what you mean by that. So Linus Tech Tips has a much larger budget than I do, so I don't think I could do Linus Tech Tip type videos. I don't think I could even get close to competing with him. All right. Do you plan on putting a full server rack in your closet slash room? No, I have one server back there for the archive site, and that's all I need. I might add a Raspberry Pi for a NAS because I do need some network attached storage. But I'm not going to build like a whole server rack. Okay, now I'm going to say that's it for the Q&A. I might come back to it after we announce the giveaway, so if you have questions, like, keep posting them there because I might go for a little bit longer, but I'm getting hungry and I want to go eat. I mean, you guys are awesome, but you know, food's awesome too, so I would like to eat some food. All right. How many entries do we have? Wow. We only have 25 entries in the giveaway. So your odds are awesome right now if you entered the giveaway. So I'm going to close it right now. I'm downloading the spreadsheet, so no more entries. What? Oh, okay. My bad. Download all responses. I got to go back over here and extract the file that I just downloaded. It's in the CSV. I got to get rid of all the addresses so I don't accidentally show those on camera. Oh, no, I didn't put... Oh, okay, so I only put email addresses. Sometimes for these giveaways, I have you enter your mailing address too, but I'll get that when I email you if you're the winner. So I'll get rid of this column. All right. And I'll bring up the screencast. So here are our 25 entries, and I will verify that you are a subscriber after I pick the winner. And if you're not, I'm going to pick a different winner. So hopefully you guys weren't lying when you said you're a subscriber to the channel. I'm sure all of you are, though. So these are all of our YouTube usernames. We got 25 of them. I'm going to get rid of this top column right here. Or just top row. Goodbye. And I'm going to go to random number generator. Random.org. We're going to go from 2 to 26. I think that's right? 2, 26. Yep. And I'm going to pick I'm going to generate a random number 3 different times. So first number, 16, and the third one is the winner. 10, and here comes the winning number. 23, so number 23? Who's number 23? Oh, they sent me a channel link. Okay, let's see who this is. Whose channel is this? So Harry Baldwin, congratulations. You are the winner of the giveaway. Oh, and it looks like I just lost my camera feed. So let me go back to the screen capture, actually. I have to walk over and turn the camera back on. Give me 1 sec. So there's those technical difficulties I was talking about earlier. And I'm back. There we go. We had the camera feed again. So that's going to be about it for this video, guys. Let me go back to the live dashboard. I'll see if anyone else has any other questions. Okay. Alright, I didn't get any more questions. So that's going to be about it for this video, guys. Happy New Year. Thanks for watching, and I will see you this weekend. I have a pretty neat video scheduled for this weekend, too. That's the one with the dual Pentium 3 machine, so keep an eye out for that. My goal is to get it out by either Friday or Saturday, so that'll be up soon. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next installment of AA Computers and Technology.